Good, you're still here with us. Thanks for continuing to be a part of Explore Tulsa.
Well, of course they're still going to be here with us, sticking around. Who doesn't want to save money on their energy bill?
Geothermal solutions are making more sense every day, especially if you're building new.
Well, it's all centered around the proper ground looping of the geothermal pipe doohickey.
Instead of listening to Mr. Fix-It here, why don't we let Craig at Steady State show us?
If you look at, like, say, a pie chart of how people use energy in their home, typically 2/3 of that is for heating and cooling. So if you can make just energy efficient heating and cooling design and construction decisions, then you can easily save a lot of money every year. My name's Craig Immel. I work with Steady State Renewable Energy Company. We're also known as Steady State Geothermal. We specialize in ground source heat pump technology or geothermal heat pump technology. Geothermal technology allows property owners to have a new, more environmentally friendly and super energy efficient way of heating and cooling their building. Essentially, it takes advantage of the steady state temperature of the ground outside their building and allows their building to exchange heat with the ground as opposed to trying to heat up really cold air in the winter or try to dissipate hot air from the building into already hot air in the summer. We specialize in doing what are called vertically oriented closed loop systems. So basically we take a drilling machine and we drill holes anywhere from 150 to 300 feet deep. We run one long continuous loop of piping through those holes and through trenches, and we circulate a fluid that's about 95% water and probably 5% of a non-toxic antifreeze solution. And instead of trying to take air from outside that's maybe 10 degrees in the winter and heat it up to 70 degrees or whatever feels comfortable in your home, we take this fluid that's already been preheated because it's been buried underground at about 64 degrees and bring that into the building and put it into a heat pump that absorbs that 64 degrees heat and condenses it and brings it up to a more comfortable temperature. So if you think about the difference between 10 degrees and 70 and 64 and 70, it requires much less energy to create the comfortable temperature you want in your building. And the same process works in reverse in the summer. Energy savings right now are the biggest selling point of all. I mean, a typical geothermal system is going to save anywhere from 50 to 80% off a person's total utility bill. And when you replace a geothermal system, you're really only replacing the heat pump part of it. In 25 years, when the actual heat pump unit itself is due for a replacement, you don't have to go back and do the whole ground loop again. You basically just plug in a new heat pump to the ground heat exchanger that's already there. We are really proud of what we offer and what we're doing with this business. Both of us have been very interested in environmentally friendly building for a really long time. But it's really cool to me because a lot of the innovation and the research that's going into geothermal right now is based here in Oklahoma. So it's one of the only renewable energy technologies around the whole world that's basically ground zero here in Oklahoma over at Oklahoma State University, the International Ground Source Heat Pump Association. I'm really proud that I get to go out and do hands-on work and help people make better buildings and better homes, but also do something that's truly is environmentally friendly. If you could pick only one measure to do in a building to make it more environmentally friendly, it's geothermal, hands down. Geothermal is, I think, here to stay for a really long time. Right now it's only about 1% of the overall HVAC market, but it's the fastest growing segment of the HVAC market. In terms of long-term staying power, I think one thing that's really interesting about geothermal is it's such a simple technology. I mean, it involves drilling holes and putting plastic pipe in the holes, right? And so kind of the same thing that makes it super simple is the same thing that kind of hedges it against, you know, the next big trend. So I think geothermal's really old school type technology, but I think it's something that's going to be here to stay. I mean, people have experimented with a lot of different types of piping and heat pumps and things, but you know, I think the essence of what we do, building the ground loop outside, those things are going to be operational for 50 or 100 years.